Hello, hello, hello. I hope that we are on here. Hi, I'm Sherontelle Dirskell. Another episode of Choose Your Path. 10K cards, can you hear me now? Hi, Brenda. I hope everyone can hear me. Perfect. Okay, yeah. Oh, sorry about that. I had to go out and come back in. Oh, weird. Okay. I am Sherontelle Dirskell, celebrity publicist, motivational speaker, and best-selling author of the #1 Habit series for entrepreneurial success, which you can pick up on Amazon right now, which is so cool. You can also click the link in my bio if you want to purchase a copy. Thank you so much for you guys coming back on. I really, really appreciate it. Oh, of course, technical difficulties. Testing 1, 2, 3. So we are live. We are here for Choose Your Path. You are ready to take your life on another level. This is it. These are the conversations because I definitely learn something each and every time that I am on here. Thank you so much, 10K Cards, for your donation. I really, really sincerely appreciate it. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm just waiting a few minutes for our guest to come in. I'm sure she's like, what happened? Where are we? What time? What time is it? I don't wear a watch because, as you know, time is all an illusion. Hello, grafted _2_give. Hello, Charlene. I think we have Larry Dodson. Hello. Yes. I am ready for this. Oh my goodness. We have Lydia Sweets as our special guest today. I got my pen, trying to get my notebook so I can write my notes. Thank you. I need to do some, what do you call that? Not voiceovers, audios. Be like, welcome, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much to Choose Your Path. Yes. Let's check and see if she's here. She might be here. She might already be here. And I'm like, meditation. Yes, that would be a good one. Did it go away? Audio? Yeah. Oh, you're giving me the examples. Yeah. Meditation, audio. Yep. Bring it. What else? That would be fun too. And I love meditation. As you know, I love meditation. I do meditation every single day. I do not start my day without it. So, yes, absolutely. Guy, you were able to make it in. Yay. Hello. Darius _ Entagui. Hello. Thank you. How has everyone's day have been? How is everyone doing? Are we fine? Are we doing great? Are we loving these conversations? Oh my goodness, because I am. I had one earlier. I don't know if you guys got to see it, but I always post them. And also you can follow me on YouTube because I post the videos there as well. So subscribe, not follow, subscribe on YouTube as well because I always post the videos there. But these have been some amazing, yes, beautiful vibes. Absolutely. Because Choose Your Path has literally, oh goodness, it's about creating a life that you want. It's about believing that it's possible. And it's also about trusting that there's a process that goes on with that. And as you can see, thriving. I know that Charlene like, show the sweater, show the sweater. Thriving in a toxic world because it's always a perception, it's a perception of how you're looking at it and how you're dealing with this time. This is definitely a rough time, but it's also an amazing, beautiful time, all at the same time. So it's been really tough. Let's see if we can try to get her on again. Oh, because there's so many people on now, I can't even tell if she's here. Thank you guys. You do, yeah. It's so comfortable, right? I'm not saying that just to purchase, but it's very comfortable to wear. Oh my goodness. Oh yes, I absolutely love it. Dun, 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 dun. Maybe she's having some technical difficulty too, like me. We are ready. Yeah, it's comfortable. So if anyone want to get one of these, thriving in a toxic world, click the link. Click the link in the bio, and it'll have a purchase the merchandise button. Easter. Oh, she thought it was like 6 or 7 her time. Funny. Oh my God. We would have been waiting like that's like 3 more hours from now. Hilarious from her time, because I think that she's on the West Coast. Yep, it is a comfort look, and it's a comfort feel. That's true. Yeah, that's very true. Dun, 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 dun. It's coming on now. We're connecting. She's like, oh my God, I thought it was. And it is 6 o'clock on Eastern Standard Time and Eastern Standard Zone. Yay, she's coming.
There's 253 people on this live already.
Or maybe we're having technical difficulties. Oh my goodness, I tell you, this technology, you never know. Sometimes it works and sometimes not so good. Let's try again. Thank you guys for being so patient and hanging around.
Oh, wait. Mom, you can.
Yeah, I love it. And this is a good season for it because it's starting to, I mean, here on the East Coast, I think it's already raining. I mean, not raining, but snowing. In Cleveland, I seen today. I was like, oh, so I know it's on its way to the, up here, the New York, Connecticut, Jersey area. It's on the way. Dun, 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 dun. We're having some technical difficulties. You snowed in? I know, I see her too, but no, it's not. It's not letting her come in. Okay,
Hi.
here we go. Hey,
How are you doing?
good. I was like, oh, because you're on the
I'm in
West Coast.
Chicago right now,
Oh, you're in
actually. Yeah,
Chicago.
so it's 5 my time. 5:17.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
Where
I
are
tried
you?
to.
In New York?
I'm in Connecticut,
Oh,
right
you're in
outside of New York.
Connecticut. Okay, well, go ahead. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Keeping up these time zones is bad for me.
No, that's okay. I tried to put the EST really big.
Oh,
So
I'm
you
so
was,
jacked up. I was putting Central Standard Time, Pacific Time. I thought you were on in
you
LA,
was,
actually. I didn't know you was
and see,
on
I
the East
thought you were
Coast.
on in LA because
I'm
I was like, oh,
sorry.
maybe she's in LA, guys. That's okay. I'm happy that you're
Yeah,
here.
had
It's
to come visit
fine.
the family, so yeah.
Oh, that is so awesome. Oh, she's in Chicago. That's lovely.
Yeah.
Yay. Oh my goodness. No, I really appreciate you just coming on and have a conversation with me. So it's fine. We were
No
just
problem.
chatting. I was just chatting with everyone that was on here. I was like, when she gets here, we'll just start.
I'm
So I'm
sorry,
glad
y'all,
that you
for being
weren't.
so late.
No, that's fine. I'm glad that you weren't doing something else, thinking that, oh, I got a little
Oh
bit more
yeah,
time, you know?
true. We on color people time, y'all. So get that
Right,
CPT
exactly. Get that
time.
CPT time. So
Okay.
We have Lydia Sweets. Oh my goodness, choreographer, creative director, model, actress, just the whole brand. That is absolutely amazing. And I'm so grateful. I've been talking about you all day because I'm like, she doesn't do interviews, but she's going to talk to me. So this is a big deal for
Yeah, I'm
me.
very private, so this is very, But you know what? When it's time to speak, God uses you in specific ways. So you can't say no when He's leading you. So I just had to be
I
open and be like, you
I
know what? Let me go
promise
ahead.
I don't ask crazy questions. My questions is always geared towards bringing value to the people. I never ask crazy stuff because I don't think that it doesn't really help any of us on here. We're going through a pandemic as
Right.
a whole, as a world in a whole. So me talking about other stuff that just won't make any sense is like pointless. I'm really about bringing value and helping people.
Hmm.
That's my life work. So let's start. When did you see yourself when you were little, as a little girl? Where were you?
It was
Where
supposed
did
to be a doctor. That's what it started off supposed to be. But I was in dance classes since I was 3, and it actually became my escape away from the traumatizing childhood that you go through. So
yeah.
I just stuck with it after I met a young child that was dealing with the same thing. And by this time, I'm like
Okay.
17, so I'm teaching now. But when I found another child who was struggling and dealing with stuff at home, but he was like the best dance student in my class. So I was just like, I have to. This is like 17, right before you're about to graduate. So I just dedicated my entire life to like, I'm gonna make sure that the kids from my neighborhood know that they can do it. They don't got to be drug dealers and gang bangers, this, that, and the third. Like
Say it
whatever their
again.
dream is, they can do it. So that's how it all started, based off that one child who, you know what I mean? Like, so just being an inspiration that they can do it.
Were you bullied in school?
You know what? If I was, I didn't pay no attention to it.
You didn't pay no attention.
I was just I was like the butterfly. I connected with like a little bit of everybody, and I moved around a lot, 14 different schools before I graduated. So
No
yeah, that's like from
way.
from elementary to 12th grade. So I never stayed too long in one spot to even know. If you hated on me, I wouldn't even know. And if you
Got
did,
it.
God bless you, child.
Because I won't be here that long, so it's all
Yeah.
good.
Hmm.
See, I was
Really.
bullied. Yeah, I was bullied, but I also had those good friends around me that kind of protected me and not really let anybody like beat me up or try to fight me and stuff like that. But yeah, I was teased. I was teased for getting good grades. I was
Really.
teased for having this big forehead. I really grew up thinking I was like the ugly duckling.
Girl, you are beautiful. What are you talking
Thank
about?
you. No, I really did. I was like, oh my goodness. And then when I got it took a while before I really like grew into my beauty. So for
Hmm.
a long time, I just wore t-shirts, wore some jeans, straight tomboy, sneakers, and that was it. And then probably by the time I got like 25 or something, I started wearing my first dress, I think, like on a regular basis and really starting to get into I'm beautiful. What were they talking about? What were they looking at?
Hmm.
But yeah, it hindered me for a while, but never changed my smile because I always smile and but I was bullied. Yeah. I thought I was gonna be a doctor too.
Really? Was the
Yep.
idea helping people?
Um
Yeah.
it was that and it was also I love science and math. I love science and math. I even in college I studied biology and minored in chemistry. So I
Wow.
absolutely am in love with science and math. So it was like taking something and trying to figure out what happened and how did that get started. I thought that
Hmm.
that was just absolutely amazing. What? Oh my goodness. It's so many questions. It's like where do I start? The stage? Do I start with the stage?
Wherever you want to start.
What would your superpower be?
My superpower would be healing. I think healing
If
is
you
my
had to choose
superpower.
it.
Yeah, because it takes a lot to physically go through what as any athlete. I think just as physically to recover from the work that you put in, on top
Uh-huh.
of natural things that happen to your body. Just learning how to recover from it, or if you're going through whatever mentally. So whether healing is my like the Wolverine, that's my thing.
Yes.
That's me.
I love I always say superpowers because I absolutely love Marvel movies. I love the superhero thing because I love the fact that they go through, they have it's a storyline and they go
Right.
through some things and they fight some stuff and there's always like opposition that's coming against them to try to take them down, but then they charge up and realize that power because they don't sometimes know it in the beginning
Right.
of the story. They don't know it in the beginning, but they develop into their power and they like, don't you know who you are? And then they finally realize that, and then it's like they take off and they realize that they realize that they have unlimited potential. I think that
Mm-hmm.
is absolutely amazing. So you can realize that your superpower is healing. That's beautiful. I think my superpower, if I would say, is connecting people. Like when I started in entertainment, I started as a PR. So it was, for me, it was like I just wanted to be a part of a team to help someone. They have a dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to help them get it out to the masses of the people. Who do I need to contact? What do you need to do? What is the plan? So I think that's my superpower, connecting. And also perseverance too, because I've been through some things. I've survived some stuff. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I've survived domestic violence and being a single parent and living in Cleveland, Ohio, and all of that poverty stricken, all of that stuff. I was able to overcome that. So that's a superpower too.
It's
I think we
beautiful.
got more than one, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
we got
But
more
I
than
think
one.
that's just my main one that I can be like, I can never go wrong with.
Oh, I
That
love
would
that.
be
I
me.
think a lot of people need to activate that right now because with us going through this pandemic and people losing jobs and homes and businesses and all of these things and just confused and don't know what to do. Sometimes it's easy for me to say, hey, sit and create and start another business or start that. But if you haven't healed some of those wounds, you're just going to carry that into a new business, carry that into a new job, carry that into a new
Mm-hmm.
relationship, whatever that thing is. So I think healing is very important. We need to have a sound mind, take care of our bodies, and
Mm-hmm.
all of those things as we continue to go out. So I like that superpower. I like that
Yeah.
superpower. So describe to me what a choreographer does for someone who doesn't know.
Not only do we create the routine, we have to
Mm,
think for everybody in the room. So I think that's the biggest thing. And how they move, not only like in the space, but when they move and transition. So formations, transitions, and sometimes the backdrops, so the visuals. So it's a lot of time that goes behind the scenes before you even get to the stage. But it's a beautiful thing to be able to have a gift it's like a vision, and you
uh-huh.
just strive towards like the vision, basically. So it's beautiful to have that gift and also be able to help other people find their light, and then watch them just like the light become like, you know,
I'm
yeah, radiate.
excited because
So
I can envision it now. Like I'm really big on when I was in seventh grade, one of my teachers took me to a musical.
mm-hmm.
That's why I was first introduced to theater. And I have been just gun ho for Broadway musicals ever since. And so now with everything blah, I miss it. I love to go and see. I'm not part of theater, but I love to be the spectator. I love to be in the audience, and I love to see the dancers come out and they express their rhythm, their body movement, the energy. I can feel that. That's such a beautiful gift to have, and you have it.
thank you so much.
Ah! You have that. Oh my gosh! How do you find your inspiration for choreography
You
when
know
you're
what?
getting
Well, I
ready?
just listen to the artist, and not only the beat, but basically the climax of the song,
Uh
and
huh.
then I find the juiciest part of the song and I dissect it. So if I do a show, it's gonna be like Michael Jackson come perform. He gonna do like all these songs, like the greatest hits. So that's how I perform. I'll never do just one song. It's gonna be like a show. You know what I mean? And so, but when I pick the songs, it has to be like the best part, or something that's gonna be like, oh yeah, that's it. So when you listen
Oh.
to it, it just gets you, and yeah, it gets me before I get it, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. What do you how do you work with non-dancers? How does that work?
Um, First they got to believe in themselves. Most of them don't even believe that they can dance. So
Yeah.
it's just the mind thing for everybody, knowing that we all naturally move. It's all about just finding the rhythm, and it's almost like a piece of the puzzle. This goes to this, goes to this. So it's
Mm,
once you everybody has to start somewhere. So it's just all about being comfortable in the skin you're in and confident. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't have that, but the more you perform, the more you have no choice but to be confident and grow into, the ultimate being, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, that does. I was like, how does she work with those that don't? So, a little bit about your background. Empire, The Shy, Oscars. Speaking of Oscars, this year I was able to have the experience or opportunity to go into the Dolby Theater.
Really?
And yeah, I was taking so many pictures. You should have seen me.
So
I was
you
in
was
my
there this year?
I was there this year.
We could have met.
Yes.
I was there too.
We could have.
We could have met.
Professor KG, she referred me to you. And
Yeah, I actually just met her a few weeks ago.
You did.
We're
Oh,
relatives.
you
We have
must have
same
met.
cousins, so technically I still call her my cousin because we have,
Seriously?
Yep.
Oh, so yes, you had to been someone special because she don't.
Really? I'm definitely. I so thought that, like, yeah. So it felt good being around her presence. She's so amazing.
Yes, we got to spend time together when I was there that weekend. Oh yeah, I did the whole 9. So I get this GT Bentley, lease or whatever. Because I was like, I'm gonna do it all up, right? And so I get there to pick up the car, and my gown that's not working because I'm solo. I ride solo, and I was like, okay, I can't drive. I can't see my feet. So they were grace enough. They gave me I got another car, and it gave me a driver or whatnot. So I went to all of these great galas. I got to hang out in the studio with some friends, listen to music all night. It was such an amazing weekend, but I'm grateful for it because look at what has happened. It's like, but you were part of that. The NBA, NHL, NFL, all of the letters you've been a part of. Can you share some of that?
You know what? Some things you never really know what's coming and what's, so all of that is all over the place. So I was like, we don't really know where to start.
Yeah, that's I'm like, share one significant
Honestly,
experience.
though, Chicago has a lot to do with my upcoming, not LA. LA is great as far as me growing, but I've already, like, Chicago, the Empire, Shameless, everything as far as that's all Chicago. So I just got to give, a salute to my city and everybody from there. The Blackhawks, that NHL, that's all from Chicago. So I have to thank Chicago for putting me on, honestly, because all those gigs are, they helped me become a big person before I even got to LA. You know what I'm saying? So LA is like you can grow because there's other big, you're in a big ocean now. But
why do I connect you with LA so much?
Well, I live in LA.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah,
I
moved a while ago.
You feel so LA, but you're from Chicago.
I'm from Chicago, right? And so majority of the stuff that I booked was before I moved there. And I still come back and forth. Like the Shy, I booked that last year, but I was living in LA. But so I just come back and forth, and it just depends on what God has for you is for you. And I pray for that. I was supposed to book the season 1, and I did book. I was late, like 2 times the set, so I never, that was being bougie. I was fresh off Empire, and the Shy was a new pilot, so I was being a little bougie. I was late. So long story short,
I love it.
It took 2 years, and then I loved the first season of the Shy. So I was just like, I was just beating myself up for like not being on, just having a high head at the time. And then 2 years later, I was just like, I had a week to come to Chicago to visit. I only had 1 day that I wasn't booked. And I said, God, I just pray that I get this booking on the Shy on that day, right? Because I only got 1 day. And
that's it.
Yeah. Ooh. That's how, and I got a church scene too. He sent me to church.
You got the church scene?
Yeah. So I was like, oh yeah, that was God answering my prayers.
Alvin Smith, because I don't know if he's on here because he never missed the lives. He's usually on here, and I know he's gonna give me because I always get his seasons wrong. But I think he was on season 1, episode 9, I believe, where he walked up to the food truck. But he's an amazing actor.
I would have met him that day because I think I booked that day, and I didn't show up. Yep. So sorry if you was live.
I know, be like, oh, it was her. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
God
Miriam
has a funny way of doing
I talked to her. Yeah, he does. I talked to Miriam Hyman a few conversations ago. She was on season 3. She played as Dre. She was one of my favorite characters. I don't know. I just absolutely loved her. Yeah, I like that show. I can't wait. I think they got season 4. They got approved for season 4, so I'm looking forward to it. So it just happens. So basically, when you're in your thing and you're in your jish, things just happen. Because people always ask me, but like, how did you get on TV? Because for a while, in the big portion of my career, I was behind the scenes. I wanted no parts, no
Mm-hmm.
parts of this. All of this that we're doing, I want no parts of. And
Really?
then, yeah, no. And then one day, not even red carpets or any of that. I wanted to literally be just the one to be on the phone and emails. And if I had to make meetings, that's it. I did not
Mm-hmm.
want to do any of that. But one day, one of my mentors, he put me to the side and he said, you have to start getting out there. Like you're really good. You're amazing. And people need to know that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that this is God's way of telling you you're
Yeah.
freaking amazing, and
Thank you.
people need to know that, and they need to hear your story. They need to see your beautiful face, and they want to. I want to hear your story. I know there's more to it. I'm sure that one day we'll hear a book or a documentary of something, some kind of your
You better
story.
speak life into me.
I am. I'm bringing it, sister
Yeah,
Queen.
I'm very, very incognito. So you're right. I do. You know, you try to keep a balance since you always on the stage, and but since COVID, you get a break, got a nice long break. But since I'm always in that limelight, I do like to enjoy like not being in the limelight. If that makes sense. So
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
so
it
I do
does.
have a lot of other people trying to bring me out my shell. So I appreciate you for doing the same.
Oh, yeah, you're already out. You bringing yourself out just by doing this, just doing this Instagram live. I was
Mm-hmm.
talking earlier at a business meeting, and the amazing guy. I don't know if he wants me to say his name. He's on here. His wife. She's a choreographer as well. And he's like, yeah. He's like, they don't really come out and talk much. And I was like, but she's talking. So I'm going to be talking. We're talking about you. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, she's talking. So I'm so excited to talk to her because of that. He's
Mm-hmm.
like, no, they're really usually in their own movement and doing their thing. And you don't really do a lot of interviews with choreographers. And he's absolutely right.
I
That
think we
is
talk, but we only talk to the immediate people that we work with in the room. But if it comes to
right.
the masses, if we don't have to speak, we just soak everything up. You know what I mean?
Uh, Walk me through your creative process. Like, really
It just
walk me
depends on
through.
which creative process. You know what I mean? Because if you
Okay,
play
let's
in
talk
so many
about.
different roles, from the
Mm,
modeling, the
yeah,
actress, the
let me pick
dancing.
one. Let me pick one. Um, Tell me this. When I say creative process, I really want you to paint the picture. Because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes when I say creative process, it's like, I just get into my thing and then and then everything, it feels good. And
Mm-hmm.
no, like really paint that picture. I'm a visual person, so I want to see it as you speak it. Um, let's say lights, camera, action, stage. Let's do stage. The lights are on.
Mm-hmm.
Here you come. What does
Oh,
that creative process look like?
you know what? It's all the creative process is mostly done before you even go on stage. Because when you go
Okay.
on stage, you get one shot. This ain't no acting, ain't no camera, ain't no 100 edits. You got one shot to be amazing. So it's really about the blood, sweat, and tears that you put in during the rehearsal process. So you're really supposed to go as hard as you can during the rehearsals and stuff like that before you even get
Uh-huh.
to the stage. So the stage should be a breeze. It should be like a piece of cake for you. You know what I mean?
Mm,
So for me, it's more about proper preparation prevents poor performance. So I be having too
that's a good
many
one.
people on my back to not check, cross every T and dot every I, if that makes sense. Like I have no choice but to, if
Yeah, it
anything,
does.
anytime I'm the choreographer, I always think of myself last, which is crazy. But I always have to make sure like everybody else is, you know what I mean, on point. Because I just feel like as a dancer, I can cover myself. So I just need to train the other dancers how to, whether you need to make sure you're, whatever you need to do, makeup, whatever you need to take care of. But anything else as far as a choreographer is very important that if I'm not on point, if the head ain't on point, then the body is just, if the head is all not confident and scared, then everybody else gonna be. So I have to walk in the
You have
highest.
to.
Yeah, I have no choice. But my thing is, well, before we go on stage, we pray. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
we take our pictures and we have a ball. And my thing is it's almost like it's like a rocket taking off. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh, I love it.
I take off. So if you dance next to me and you get left, oh well. You know what I mean? But my thing is it's an adrenaline that's just like unexplainable. You know what I mean? When you perform on stage compared to like a TV show. You know what I mean? Like 'cause
It
you
was
can
different.
mess up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
people on Empire, we mess up so much, but we edit all that. But when it comes to like live performances, you bust your ass so much in rehearsals just so you can be perfect that one time in front of everybody.
That's true. Live is always different with anything. Like we're live on here, and I'm like, I'm gonna look at but if I was doing TV, they'll take all that away, and you would never see that. That's true. Speaking of Alvin, we were just talking about you. I told you.
Let me say hey to Alvin.
He's on here. Alvin.Smith397. Yep, he was on the Shy every time.
That's awesome.
Yep, I knew it. Look, we talked him up. So are you moved by the music first or a certain concept?
That's a good question. Never the concept.
Okay.
Never the concept.
It's a group thing.
Yeah. Definitely always about the vibe and the feel. I think energy never lies. So, as long as you can take that, whatever the vibe is, and I can change. That's why I was like, we can start off with love and then we can end with talking about something totally different. So that's why I was like, it's never about the concept. It's always just about the vibe and the feel of each song and how the flow connects. You know what I mean? Listening to what will connect to the next song. Before you know it, there's your show.
Oh, goodness. At this point in your career, are you defining style or are you exploring your imagination and movement?
Definitely not imagination. Even though imagination rules the nation.
Okay.
My teacher definitely told me never get rid of the imagination. That was like way back in 2009 too. But it's definitely all about style though. Because when you start watching, you watch your work, you go back and you like, what can I do better? So that's when the wardrobe comes in, costumes, the props, makeup, like how Michael Jackson took Thriller. And now you got, you know what I'm saying? So it's more than the movement. It's definitely the movement is just like the ingredients to the cake, but the icing on the cake, the style of the cake. Ain't nobody gonna eat the cake if it don't nobody care if it tastes good. We ain't gonna eat it if it don't look good.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah, so it's all about presentation and how it looks. So I'm not on movement no more. We on presentation. Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying in this part of your career, like at right now, what we're talking about, I'm sure you have definitely advanced and mastered. I wrote down something. I keep moving because I just love dance. I just love this conversation. Elements of dance. I always talk about just in life in general, sounds and frequencies and vibrations and energy and how important that is. And that's the same thing. I think that's with any type of art, really. But when you talk about dance, we have time, which it involves the time and the speed. Like, I remember as a little girl taking dance classes, everything was like 1 and 2. Everything is like on a time, a speed, and some sort of rhythm, and it has to synchronize together. And then you have your energy, right? And then the space is very important as well. Am I right?
Yeah,
okay.
All that.
All right, I want to make sure. All that. I want to paint a picture for those who may not understand, because I haven't heard a lot of interviews with choreographers. I'm sure they're out there, but we're just talking about for right now. What inspires, other than, let's see, what else? What skills have you learned that you would say for someone, let's say someone wants to be a choreographer, what skills do you think it takes to be a really good one?
I would say first listening, which sometimes I do struggle with when it comes to people, but
okay.
I would say they have to have an ear and an eye.
An ear and an eye.
And a heart of patience, because you're working on mastering yourself. You have to create the piece before you get in front of everybody else. So we mess up a million times before we get to other people, and then they mess up and they feel, that's why we're like, that's okay. You know what I mean? Because we mess up. But when we get to the stage, it's not okay.
It is okay.
I would just say, a lot of people don't even have that, like, I'm about to do it energy. So you have to make up your mind, like, if you want to do something, I'm about to do it. And it don't have to be finished right away. You know what I mean? You have to just slowly. And then most of the time, God will give you, sometimes you'll make up something and that puzzle piece should be connected here. So it is a little, but the more you sit with yourself and master yourself, the more you're able to help other people. So I would say if other people are trying to, that's with anything though. And it's all about writing it down. So before I do anything, I write it down all the time.
Oh,
and I make a lot of my dreams come true on stage. So I'm just like, if I can do this, you know what I'm saying, then I can in my real
Say
life,
that
like
again.
yep. It
Write
don't
it
matter if it's
down,
like
right?
10 years, 30 years, it don't matter how long it takes. I'm gonna do it. So it's just all about making sure that you commit to whatever you say you're gonna do. And then you do it.
Yes.
Because ultimately it's all
Sometimes,
about following through, if that makes sense. So you
oh
can't
my
get no
God.
choreography done. You can't get nothing done if you don't follow through.
You have to
So
write it down. Sometimes I've been asleep in the bed and literally that's why I try to keep the pen and notebook next to me, because I swear I get some ideas in the middle of my sleep and I gotta write it down. I'm like, oh, that's a good one. Because if I don't, when I wake up and I get up, I'm like, oh man, what was that?
yeah.
What was that? Before developing a dance routine, what do you determine?
It just depends on what it's for. You know what I mean? Like I had the praise dance at my stepdad's funeral like a couple days ago. So that's more of a I gotta talk to God. I gotta be like so locked into him. You know what I'm saying? So it's just really about having that humble energy. We walk around real cocky and but reality is like you have to stay a student no matter how long you are the teacher.
I'm forever a student. And
So
you
yeah.
feel, I don't know, you feel that you have that humble energy. I feel it doesn't feel like, I mean, I don't know how you are, where you probably like a beast when it's time to, lights, camera, action, and it's time to work. But having the conversation with you, and I'm an energy person, I always go on vibes. It definitely feel like you're very humble. Oh my goodness, you love what you do. You got a glow going on, so that means that you're passionate about everything that I'm sure that you do. I gotta shout out my sponsor here, 10K cards. And he's like, what is that?
Yeah, what's that?
You're like, oh, this is another way for people to, I don't need anybody contacting me unless
Y'all know where y'all can reach me if y'all need me. Booking services, bookinglydiasweets@gmail.com.
right, exactly. That's what this is. So we have these. I love this one. It looked like you negative if I pressed that one. But we have these really cool digital cards, right? Digital business cards. No more
Oh,
paper.
that's nice.
So yep, they have your Instagram, you have the website. People they can book you from right there. All they have to do is press that button. So when they scan this QR code here, ooh, sexy. That is you.
Thank you. Yeah, I actually shot that picture myself.
You did?
Yeah. So if y'all
You
need
did the
pictures,
one
holla
you
at
did.
me.
Whoa. How did you when you was like, okay, 3 seconds or 10
I actually
seconds?
been taking pictures for the longest. The Lydia Sweets actually came
That's
from
beautiful.
modeling. Yeah, that name came from being a model. My photographer
Okay.
gave me the Sweets name. So
Uh-huh.
I just been doing pictures for over a decade, like modeling for a while. So it gets to a point where you get your own equipment and
Oh,
you just
I need pictures taken.
yeah. So you just holler at me, girl.
I will.
I
I'm
got you. I come
hollering.
through.
I'm
Okay.
hollering. See, this is what it looks like when they scan this QR code here.
That's nice.
Well, that's not yours. But when they scan that QR code, then all of your information comes up right on their phone like that. Yep. 10K cards.
I see he said he's gonna
Like
add a
he's having
photographer.
me.
That's funny. That's nice though. I like this.
Yep, he said he's gonna add it to your card. Isn't that awesome? Everyone should. If anyone wants one of these cards, just click my bio there and order one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yay! And I think he just added you as a guest on my card. So if anyone wants to find your card, they can find it on mine.
That is awesome.
No. Yep, it's so cool, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about the actress part. Have you ever played a role that you feel like at this point in your career that affected you personally?
In a book, positive or negative?
You can go both ways. Tell me positive.
I've never played a role that affect me negative. I would never
No?
do
Okay.
anything that I don't want
You
my
don't
future
want to do
children
nothing?
doing. You know what? I have a friend in the industry, and he's a dancer that got into
Need to guess.
got into the movies basically. So now he's an actor. But he told me before I got into picking certain gigs, just know what you're willing to do before people even. So that's the biggest thing. You got to know what you're willing to do before even people come up to you.
Oh yeah,
It's a
that's
yes
true.
or you should know whether it's a no before they. So
That's
I've
true.
never played a role. I think I got offered something for Exorcist or some show with. Hey, look, if the show got something to do with the devil, I ain't gonna be there, Jack. If it say something with Lucifer, it got something to do with. Look, I can't do it. So yeah, it's just certain things that I can't see myself putting my beautiful energy in certain spaces. And if I can't visualize myself doing something that I just don't it's just a no.
You ain't doing
You know
it.
what I mean? It's just I just. So yeah.
Yeah, because I've heard, some actresses and actors, they'll pick something and it's almost like they can't get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like even after the movie or that role is done, they're still in character.
Well, people remember you. You know what I mean?
Uh,
From like if you once
oh,
you get
not
them speaking
too.
roles, they're gonna remember you from your like Friday, Felicia, oh girl Felicia, that'll never go away. You know what I'm saying? So things like that, you do have to be mindful of what you choose to do. And it's not all about the money at all, really. So, you know what I mean? Like the money is gonna come and go. It's all about the experience that listen, I don't got not a dime right now from Empire. I done spent all that money. It's all about the experience that you're learning while you're on set and the people that rubbing elbows with. It's
It's
not
always
about that
about the
check. Yes,
experience.
that check is gonna come and go. The people that you on set with, though,
It's
that's what
always
matters and
about the
what you learning.
experience.
Yes.
I want my whole life to be full from this day forward, and it has been. It's been definitely a road. I want it to be when I get older, God willing, when I get older, I want to just have a whole bunch of stories to talk about.
That's so
And
awesome.
the only way you can do that is to create these experiences. One day I'm going to be sitting, I was like, yeah, I was on Instagram. What was that thing called? Live.
You
Yeah.
caught me at a good time too. You probably caught me right before I get a big stupid booking like Beyonce. Be like,
Oh, I'm
yeah, you caught
telling
me at
you
a good time.
because this time, yes, this is a crazy time, but I would have not had the opportunity to talk to some of the people that I've been able to talk to because we would have all been so busy and out on the road. Because let me tell you,
Right.
that's what I would have been doing. I was booked. This was gonna be the best year yet, and then everything got canceled, and I had to adapt and adjust. My business is speaking,
Mm-hmm.
so here we are.
Right.
Yeah, so I've gotten in touch with Anthony Hamilton.
Wow, that's awesome.
I talked to TJ Jackson
I seen
recently.
that.
Yeah,
I seen that. That's
That
awesome.
was so much fun. Like he was so, oh my gosh, like
You know who's
full of
another
love.
great person? Travis Payne, which is Michael Jackson's choreographer. I can tell him that you should do.
Oh yeah,
I
is he a sweetie
he's
pie?
amazing. He's amazing.
Oh, I love
And
it
then
when
he
there's
found out you had TJ. He'd be like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and.
you gotta come
So
on
yeah, he's
through.
the real choreographer to be talking to. I'm
The
he's
real
legendary. Yeah.
one. Oh no, God had us talking for a reason. When
Yeah.
I, you understand, Professor KG, she is oh my gosh, she's another sweetie pie, but she don't mess with everybody. So
Yeah. And I
I
only met her
knew
one
that
time. So
if you go on vibes, that's all it takes.
mm-hmm.
First impressions is the best impressions, and you already know. It's like she is just absolutely amazing. She came on here. We had some conversations. We had a
Awesome.
conversation. Yep. She's so cool, and yeah, TJ Jackson was absolutely phenomenal. Him talking about his family and the way that he talked about his family and
Mm.
the influence that his uncle had on him, Michael Jackson, absolutely amazing, and his dad Tito. And I don't know, this has just been a great time. I think that we lost a little bit of the art of conversation, and this time has brought that back, I believe, where we're talking more.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going to Wildin' Out a couple of years ago, and as an in the audience, and we had to put our phones away. And so when we were sitting out there waiting to go in, everyone was talking. And I was like, oh my God, they're talking. Everybody is outside and they're talking. Because if we had our phones, no one would be talking to each other. Everybody would be like this in their phones. But it forced us to talk.
Right.
And I absolutely loved it. And it feels like during this time, we're talking more to each other and people are spending more time with their families. All of these beautiful things that have happened during this time. And you're on here. So I'm gonna talk about that a
Which is a
lot
once
because
in a lifetime thing, y'all.
that's what she
Yeah, you're right.
say until you go on her page and click on that business digital card
All
and you're
right.
like,
Then you'll see me live
oh,
in person. Hopefully.
she's zooming here and zooming there and virtual
I'll be
all
trying to
over
just
the
make it
place.
easier for everybody else, that doesn't have access to me since I live so far away now in LA. And, if people don't live there, then they don't have an excuse now. You can Zoom me. You can,
How
you know what I
is
mean?
it living there?
It's beautiful.
You love
I
it?
mean, it has nowhere is perfect, but it's
Oh no.
beautiful compared to Chicago. It's beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The weather is nice. It's not, the crime rate is not as high as it is in Chicago. And, you can really grow as whatever you are, whatever type of business you are in, you can literally have that business in LA. Not even,
Yeah.
you don't even need other people around the world to support you. LA, like that area alone, you can literally do anything. So I just feel like Chicago, like a lot of people don't really, they're not trying to like work as much. It's like LA,
I
you
get
come
it.
out there, everybody's energy is work, collab. Like everybody's
That
trying
is
to,
that's
so
so
yeah.
true. Yeah. I'm there
Mm-hmm.
every year, so I absolutely know exactly what you're talking about. I have some amazing friends. They're like, "What are you doing?" "Oh, what are you Oh, well, he does that. Here, let me connect you." And
And I
yes,
thought I
that's
was moving to
exactly how it
Atlanta.
is.
So
You did.
yeah, let the Lord tell it. He sent me to LA. I thought I was going to Atlanta with the ratchets. No, I'm
I
just
went.
kidding.
I know, right?
Just being just clubbing and partying. That's what I thought my life was gonna be, but that ain't what the Lord said.
He said, "Nope, nope.
Nope,
I
he
got
had
something
something
else for
better.
you."
Yep.
I went to Atlanta a couple of times because I was actually looking to purchase a home and plant myself there. And I don't know. I love to network. I don't really get the hype of it. My personal view, I didn't really get the hype of it, but I get it. There's a lot of successful, Black people that are there, which is a great thing. I
I was going
absolutely
because it was
love.
affordable.
And you was, oh, okay,
Well,
all
at the
right.
time,
And
you know
see,
what I'm
that's what
saying?
we can't be looking at that
Right.
either. If that was the case, then I wouldn't be living on the East Coast,
Okay.
coming
I need
from
to come
Cleveland,
visit
Ohio.
you.
Yep, you can come on over.
It's dark out here. I
Oh,
see the sun still shining over there.
it's about to be cold here too in a minute.
Well, you gonna have to come visit me in LA. Nice and warm.
Right,
In the daytime. It gets a little
exactly.
cold at night though.
It does, like it just drops, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. So let's see. Well, what else do I want to talk about? We're almost at the end of the hour. That is crazy. It went by so fast.
Yeah, I was late though, so my bad. If y'all need to go over a little bit, we'll do it.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, right. But that's okay because the time zones and all of
Yeah,
that.
I thought we were supposed to be starting 5 minutes from now.
Mm-hmm.
A matter of
Well,
fact, I
anybody?
had my clock set for 7:45 my time because I thought you were in LA.
Uh, and
Yeah, so
see,
I would have been super late.
let's go to LA. Exactly. No, that's what I was saying. I was like, I think that she's in LA, people, and then it's gonna be like 9 o'clock, and I'm gonna be in the bed taking a
Oh
nap.
no, I'm so sorry. But then I went back and I was like, oh my God, I see her reset. Oh goodness, she's on the East Coast. Yeah,
I am definitely on the East
so
Coast.
we
I'm
here
so
now.
happy.
God is good.
Yes, God is definitely good. Tell me about one time in your life where you felt like I am going to ask it probably maybe a difficult question, but maybe not. One time in your life where it was just crazy and you didn't feel like you wasn't going to make it through,
You know what?
but you did, of course.
I got into a car accident when I first moved to LA. You know, LA is a bit crazy out there.
It
And I got into
is.
two in one night. So that was like more of a divine God got you here type of thing.
Go sit
Um,
down somewhere.
yeah, but
No,
life
wow.
literally felt like it just declined after the accident. So that for me was just like, and I had just moved to LA. So I was just,
Oh,
your
it's
structure
setting
ain't
you
set
up.
up. Yeah. Luckily I had a
Hmm.
relative there and I had met him not too long ago. And I didn't know him like that, but he came through for me, looked out for me. He lived right next door to Durant DeRosa's dad, so he literally made me feel like I, wasn't struggling. But the reality was, I didn't move there to move with no family. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So he was taking care of me and all that. But and then I got a email. I'm sorry, from Empire to come back for another season, and so that was like because it was like 7 months after the accident. I was just like, it was just terrible for me. My body wasn't, you know what I mean? I had to stop dancing for a while. Your mind is off.
Oh,
Yeah. So that for me was the, like, why is this happening to me? But now it's like, I'm like the Hulk. You know what I mean? Once you heal, it don't
that's
matter.
it.
Yeah. Like
Your
if I
superpower.
want to turn up, you know what I'm saying? The energy of just beast mode, like
Oh, freezing.
at the Janet Jackson audition, and she was paralyzed from the waist down from her car accident. And she literally got up there last audition and told us there is no excuse for none of y'all not to
It's
show up.
not.
Yep. And I literally was just like, oh, good
It's
Lord. So
it's no excuse.
yeah. So instead of taking that and you know, being depressed behind it and just staying down, I turned that into like that person knocked me on track. I feel like that accident happened
You're
and
like,
it
thank you
yeah,
in a weird way.
yep. I know that sounds crazy, but it
No,
changed my life for the better.
no.
So
In 2017, my heart completely stopped. I was super stressed. I was dealing with a situation in entertainment that I couldn't talk about to anybody. and only the people that was involved in it, and it stressed me out so much that literally my heart just completely just went out. They had to resuscitate me and bring me back. And so I was at home for an entire year. This was the year 2017. I was at home for an entire year, and then I was called to come on TV. I said, oh my God, I went down to 70 pounds. So I basically almost practically nothing. And so when people see that picture of me, Dr. Oz and Bishop Jakes, I've been on Dr. Oz show several times, but this one was very significant because I had lost all of that weight. But it did not stop me from getting in that car when they came and picked me up and go on TV, because I'm here for a purpose. So when I hear you say that, like, hey, I'm just going anyway, that's what you do. Like, no matter what is going on. I've seen people in the gym with no legs, and that don't stop them from coming and working out. So I think that that's the point of these conversations, choosing your path, because people tend to look at current situations, which has no rhyme or reason of nothing. Doesn't mean anything. It has no weight on where you can go. None at all. Because if it did, I wouldn't be here talking to you. I wouldn't be celebrity publicist and author, all of these titles, you know, all of these titles that I have. That would not have happened. I would still been in Cleveland. I would have still felt like, you know, dreams is just a dream and I could never come true and all of that. But I never, no matter what I've gone through, have I ever made it stop me, you know? That's your family, ain't it?
Yeah, that's my mom. She did just lose her husband, so I'm on her. That's why I had to come fly into town and be here for her. So.
Oh, yes. Sending love, light, and energy to your mom.
Thank you so much.
So we're at the end. At the end of each show, I always ask if you can give us one word, or a sentence, something to inspire and motivate us as we, as a people, continue to move forward.
Well, my one word would be love. You can see the little love. It's kind of fake now, but love would be my one word.
Okay.
You know, love rights the wrongs.
Love rights the wrongs.
That would be my one word.
Yes.
And I think the last thing I would say to everybody is, you know, if God has put something on your heart to do it. Okay. A lot of people run from their anointing. And
yes,
I ran from mine for a while. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. But God to do stuff and he'll get you. He'll, like that accident. That was just to get me closer to God. I had to lose everything to realize I needed nothing but him.
He had to do that. He like, okay, now you're going to talk to me now.
And when
now
you realize you and God, that's the majority. And you can't lose. You can't lose. But a lot of people don't know God. So like once you get there, okay, and you and God, that's it. You don't need nothing else. He's going to supply everything. You know, there is no worry. You know what I'm saying? That we should have when you know whose child you are. So that's my thing. I would just say love is the word, and with God, all things are possible.
I love that word. Yes. Oh my goodness. You said exactly what I said at a funeral recently when I went home. I said, if there's anybody in here, I got on the microphone at the funeral, like anybody here that has something, I'm telling you, let her, she was only 46 at the time when she passed away, be the example that you don't have time. The time is now. Every time, if we're looking at our devices right now, we're looking for the time. The time is right now. It's always now. It's never when you look at the time, is it going to show you tomorrow or the next hour? It's going to show you now. So thank you so much. Love is definitely the frequency, and I'm sending that to you and your family at this time. I really appreciate you, you know, showing up, even being in Chicago with your family. So much love. Love, light, and energy to you.
Thank you so much.
We'll be in touch.
Yes, likewise. Nice meeting you.
Bye. Nice meeting you too.
Have a beautiful day or evening wherever you are. And take care.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.